Here's our image of the Mossy Vale bracelet kit. And I'm going to pull this onto screen. All right, so this obviously is a really stunning filigree. The swirling is super unique. We have not many filigrees that look like this, so super gorgeous, super unique. Going to go ahead and get started. All right, so in your kit, you will be getting all of these pieces. None of them will be assembled. What we like to do to save you guys time and energy watching these watching these tutorials, is we like to pre-assemble a lot of the repetitive steps of the bracelet. So what I did, or what Taya did, sorry, was pre-assembled a lot of this kit. So we've got just a few things to do here then, and then we will be about finished. So I'm just assembling this into the look of the bracelet. This is the pattern that we have done, but I wanted to mention that you can obviously go through and place your beads in whichever direction you prefer. So we're gonna go ahead and just finish off that last bead. These beads are insanely gorgeous. They actually came from a bag that my mom had of old vintage stock glass cut beads. I am in love with them, and Taya and I both use them in our kits for this Wednesday. Mine were purple and she had the aqua. All right, so what we've got going is I'm going to just go ahead and link all of these beads together for the left-hand side of the bracelet. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add on the clasp, since I'm always the worst at doing that at the end. Sometimes I'll do it in the middle of my making. So Taya had pre-looped the jump ring on that clasp for us, and then just sliding that oval jump ring through. Okay, now I am going to go ahead and take this gorgeous filigree. I always hold it up to my wrist and kind of visualize where I need that to shape. You can hold it up to your wrist. Your wrist might be shaped a little differently. So go ahead and do that. Alrighty, let's put that up to the wrist and see how that looks. That feels super comfortable and flush to my wrist. So very happy with that. Then I'm gonna go ahead and go in here and clip that hole. Punch the other hole. All right, and technically this center has a hole punch. This is a trick we like to use with a lot of our little point back stones. And it's cool because the point will go right through that loop and sit perfectly in there. Conveniently enough, this hole punch plier is the perfect size for this component. We can reach to the center of that. We always like to flip it down. It's easier to get that little punch to nestle down in the crevice instead of it slipping around the top as we're trying to punch that hole. So that's a pro tip. Always punch down into the crevice. Okay, I'm gonna get that crystal sitting there and ready. Gonna go ahead and just apply a little bloop of glue. And then we're gonna go ahead and set that right into the bracelet. So I'm gonna let that sit there for a minute. Now on this one, what we had done is we actually punched a few holes around in order to make that stone sit more flush. I did want to show you that you can just do the single punch and get that gorgeous lift. Although I can show you quick while we still have time before that dries. I just wanted to show you how that looked when you just did the one, but let's go ahead and punch a couple more holes just to get that sitting down deeper. So what I do, obviously we already have the one main hole punched. Then what I'm gonna do is I actually place the punch of the plier just on the very edge of the hole and kind of just eating away at that section there. And we're just gonna do a few. Looking good, looks like, and I'm just gonna make sure to even it out. There's a little bit of extra material right there, so I'm gonna make sure to go from that side. And then gonna just make sure some of that is nice and out of the way. Let's see how that is starting to set down in there. That's looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna get even a little bit more punched out. It's fun to really just make your components work for you. I love doing all sorts of different techniques on our components. Okay, it's looking good. It's kind of a fun technique to just like punch away at that hole. And you'll see with my chain nose, I'm just kind of taking it and flattening anything that's raised from that. And that is sitting down really nicely. I'm just gonna take a little bit more off that top section. Okay. That's gonna be ready to go. And I'm just gonna redo it with the glue. So let's just apply that glue just to the very edges of that opening. Okay, and then I like to use the plier and just kind of push it right into that opening. And then with the Ultra Gel Control, you have a little bit of working time in order for you to perfectly center and position. I like to kind of just play with it just a bit until you've got that into its perfect position. While that dries, I'm gonna go ahead. Sometimes with the hole punches, you'll get a little bit of lifting. So if you're super careful with your designs, you can go ahead and just pinch that down so it gets rid of any of that edge and it's nice and smooth. Although the jump ring will be right there, so it's not super necessary. Just kind of an extra little thing you can do. Now for this extension, we've included quite a bit of chain, so you can make it any length you want, but I'm just gonna match what Taya's done for hers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. She's got 11 links. So we'll do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and attach that extension with this jump ring, one of our favorite jump rings, the etched oval jump ring. Go ahead and close that up. All right, now we're just going to connect either side and our bracelet will be finished. Yay! Okay, our oval jump ring into the gorgeous center filigree. And then we'll do our other side and we will be all done. All right, that was it, guys. Look at this stunning Mossy Vale, gorgeous vintage bead, hand cut bead, filigree bracelet that Taya designed in the most stunning colors ever. I love this one. I'll probably be stealing it to wear, but thank you so much for watching that tutorial. All right, guys, I am going to conclude our lives finally for the day. I wanted to say thank you so much for watching today. I know it was a lot, like a lot of time and super long, but we always love now doing our complete tutorials for our products if you're new to jewelry making and want to kind of try your hand at a lot of these new techniques to you, not super new to seasoned jewelry designers, but we want to let everyone in on the know. So thank you so much for an amazing day, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Bye, thank you.